Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma friends, when we come to this meditation practice, always remember it is not a method, or it is not a kind of like a pattern you have to follow. So in the beginning, in Buddhism, there are two mental cultures. One is called tranquility meditation, other one is called insight meditation. So in the beginning, we develop tranquility meditation, and little by little, let your mind to get into one pointness. And then once the mind settles down, and you go slowly to insight meditation, which you call vipassana. So when it go to vipassana, remember you have to be completely free yourself. That is the important thing, because if you just try to do something mentally, when the mind is not become free yourself, whatever the experience that come to your mind, not going to become completely recognized. So because it's kind of like your consciousness is half, your awareness is involved in something. So that's why once you start meditation, actually we cannot guide you. So that's why in the beginning, because there are some beginners and newcomers around the world that join with us. So that's why I give this introduction in the beginning. So it is your responsibility to tranquilize mind. We use step by step, but once you tranquilize your mind, so remember to observe completely, becoming free yourself, and don't try to follow any method or any pattern even yourself. Maybe whatever the experience you went through yesterday, you no need to report it today. So you have to be free from yourself. And when it comes to that freedom, look yourself the condition of your mind and be aware. Are you following any kind of thoughts, or are you becoming free from thoughts? And see, is there anything, just yourself, is there anything that you can experience? Rather than thinking about something, rather than dreaming about something, is there anything with the pure consciousness, what you can experience that is worth for you? So just try to find. So for this mental object, we get the inhalation, exhalation. And once you have the inhalation, exhalation, go with it, and little by little, only thing, always remember your mind, stay with the inhalation, exhalation. So your right palm on your left, and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture, and keep relax your body. And scan head to toes yourself. And say Supateva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting, May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times. And bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. And let everything to settle down as it is. And recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. If there anything else you experience with the inhalation, exhalation, just observe deeply and see what it is. Bring the attention to inhalation, exhalation deeply and follow the entire continuation. If thoughts arise and disturb, again and again, bring your attention to inhalation, exhalation. Observe the very nature of the inhalation, exhalation. Some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just accept it. Now slowly bring attention to the sensation and just be with the sensation. Doesn't matter long inhalation or short inhalation. Doesn't matter it is inhale or exhale. Just be with the sensation and try to experience the change happening. Completely forget your past experience. Bring your fully attention with the maximum effort. Observe the change. Whatever experience come to you, don't hold it to it. Try to go through it. Don't keep a gap in between the inhalation, exhalation, and the observer. Recognition of the sensation is a part of your mind. Go into the change. Be completely free from everything. Always, moment by moment, be fresh yourself. Just be aware with your experience. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We develop loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as light. Mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Visualize yourself and send it as a light forward to your backside, to your left side, into your right side, downward and upward. to all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of the heart with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, when we trying to experience the very essence of the moment, the very reality of the moment, the mostly our own mind get disturbed, and sometimes to let go our habit is not easy, but still repeating our habits means just it belong to samsara. We belong to habits, that's it. Being mindful is the one of most important thing. Even though in the moment you are not successful, even you are unhappy, difficult, sad, worry, in that very moment, if you are mindful regarding that situation or the moment, that is more worth than unconscious happiness. So remember that. So the one time Socrates was asked, he used to talk about contentment mostly. One student asked, in next life, if you become contentment pig, or if you become unhappy human, which one you going to select? Because you so appreciate about contentment, And in next life, if you become the very content pig, are you going to become like that? So then the Socrates told, no, I going to select unhappy human existence. And then the student had the argument, how you say, why you say that? Because you always talk about contentment. It is one of your main principle. So then the Socrates told, rather than becoming unconscious content pig, it is better to become conscious unhappy human being. So see that where that he trying to address. So in day-to-day life ourselves, always remember, look yourself. The thing is this, the mostly we forget our condition, our condition of our mind when we are come to situation. We give more attention or the more credit regarding the outside situation. And because of that, we cannot get the clear understanding regarding the situation. Why? Because we are not really conscious. So whatever happened in your life, always remember that things that whatever happened, this outside world is not, we cannot change that. We cannot change. You know yourself. See that in a family. So the people we associate, and sometimes how that sometimes people used to live 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years together. But still look, even your own children, then from the birth, you used to take care of them and raise them. But still look, when situations come, they react in different ways. So if you put too much attention to that, and sometimes you forget the condition of your mind. So just take it as a condition of the world. Don't personalize and start to look the condition of your mind. Why? Because there are two main schools regarding the when we come to the condition of this mind, how we condition our mind. There are two major philosophical conversations in the world. One is, some school says, when we come to this world, mind already conditioned. We cannot do anything. It's already set up. So then we go with it. And another school, another arguments there, when we come to this world, we come with the very fresh mind. And one time Buddha also mentioned the newly born child, Pabassaramidam bhikkave chittang, the newly born child, consciousness, awareness, very fresh, shining, vivid. But because of the culture, tradition, this our environment, our parents' behavior, and our schooling, so this thing, our religions, these things brings us all the conditions to our mind. So those are major the philosophical arguments going on, how the mind can condition. But when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, when we look very deeply through the sutras, if I minimize it to the very simple idea, it is because we come with when we come to mother's womb, this already we come as a result of our previous action, previous karma. That's why inside your mother's womb, you come with this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind already set up inside your mother's womb according to your past karma. And then once you come to this world, you have power to do with your bodily, verbally or mentally action. You have power to do the good karma or the new karma. So you have previous karma, that's why you get the birth. And then after you come out of the mother's womb, you can perform your bodily, verbally, or mentally action. So that action not just related with your previous, that action mostly related with your environment and the necessary conditions in that very moment wherever you are. So then there is a interconnection in between your past and the present moment. And according to the Buddha's teaching, it is not go to main one kind of one extreme level of side. Oh, it happened because of the past. Oh, no, it happening because of the environment. So this both involving with for your present moment, whatever the action you do. But in between this both, awareness, clear comprehension or sati sampajanya, your awareness is always new. It's not depending, even though you come as a karma, and even though the moment by moment the situation happens, there is a way you can get out of this both and you become completely new person. Even though you, as example, even though you born with a very heavy karma, that means very difficult bad karma. Just imagine you born with that, and there is no chance in this world to get into yourself to something good, comfortable. So then whatever the environment also you experience, you receive according to that karma, then it's kind of like just imagine you are in even you are human life, you feel all the experience like you are in hell. But still power of this human existence, what the Buddha mentioned, even though you experience this both to 100% bad, if you become mindful, if you develop your awareness, clear comprehension, or the sati sampajanya, you have opportunity to change your moment. That is why it's called Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. Your mind is the forerunner, not your past karma or not your environment. Don't try to blame to anybody around you. Whatever the situation you go through, in the beginning, the thing is this. The world teaches us, the society teaches us, our parents, our religions teach us. They already feed us. When somebody behave this way, it disturbs me like this. It is should not to do. So that's why I experience this. So like that, we already condition our mind. In that condition, we go to the society. If we learn from the beginning, without anything or anybody, be aware, be mindful, and according to that, so whatever, then you're going to go with it. And your life going to be completely 100% changed. Look yourself, how many unconscious ideas you took in your life. And major things, major decisions you took without knowing any clue what's going to happen. And then now you are in trouble sometimes. And it happens everywhere. If you become conscious, it doesn't matter whatever happens. Wherever you are, whoever with you, it doesn't matter. If you become conscious, you're going to be okay. So I give an example with that. Sometimes when people want to get married, because that is the main reason that the life is kind of like you're going to deal with the heaven or hell when you're going to get married. And sometimes you depending from the other side, husband or wife. If you get the wrong person, then that you believe that you go, it's everything finished. If you get the right person. But in our countries, sometimes, there are people put advertisement looking for a husband or wife on the paper. And sometimes I had this question for a long time, how this can happen like this way? And how you can find your partner just putting advertisement? It happen everywhere. As people find in different ways. So then one day I had the conversation with our teacher. And then that he told me, no, that is when you become conscious, if you are aware, if you become mindful, it doesn't matter whatever the person you get, you're willing to give your love. So that is more greater than you find your person and you have the affair with that person, and then you get that person and you marry with that person and you live there with that person. That's nothing wrong. That's nice. But when it comes to our this topic, becoming mindful, becoming more conscious. If you are become conscious, and it give a greater experience to yourself when you find somebody you don't know anything about that person, but you ready to live with that person. So how you going to deal with that kind of person? What you need? Because you cannot expect anything from this person. This person should be like this, so like that, because you don't know about that. And maybe mostly some other people that give certain kind of ideas about the people, and then people get into this. But if you become mindful, and you can live with anybody. So that's one example. But mostly why we fail in our day-to-day life, because we condition our mind according to ideas. So I tell you one thing. You climb a tree and then you fell down. You broke your leg, went to surgery, and somehow had the severe pain for 3-4 months. And then everybody in your family had the hard time to go to hospital and take care of you, and even yourself and everyone. Just experience it to the maximum level of difficulties. And now then you got cured, then it happened 10 years, before 10 years. Now everything good. Now you back to normal. Then your son or daughter trying to climb the tree. And then you say, be careful. In what sense? You say, be careful. That if you say with the pain that you went through, the experience that you went through, when you say be careful, so that is you trying to condition your child mind according to your pain. But when it comes to sati sampajanya, clear comprehension, it is totally different. So that is what happening in every day in our life. That is how we condition. It's so deep, you have to look very carefully. When you say be careful, you have the pain that you went through. And with that pain, you already experienced that pain, and with that pain, you try to tell to other person, be careful, because you don't want that person to have the pain that you went through. And if you try to condition the mind like that way, I gave just one example. The everything, even when you have a good meal and you feel, oh, it is very good. And then you tell to somebody, hey, this is very good, eat. But you don't see deeper. Your mind already conditioned, and you try to condition other person's mind. And then in case that person, so in the surface level, you say, oh, we have to do that way. We have to do that way. That is not what you have to tell. When the child climbed the tree, you should not tell, be careful. With the sense that the child should not get the pain what you got. You have to tell, be mindful. Maybe what you happened, because you fell down, because you're not mindful when you climb the tree. That is the mistake, not the pain. If you address with the pain, not to have the pain, you completely wrong. I hope you get this. But you don't see if you go to the 10 years back, if you reverse the accident, that whatever happened to you, the epicenter of your incident is you was not conscious. So then, rather than saying, be careful, because this is if you fell down, it is very painful, everybody have to go to hospital and everybody going to have a hard time, like that. In that sense, when you say be careful, you condition the child mind according to your experience. But if you recognize where you made a mistake, you was not conscious, let child to climb the tree, but tell, hey, be conscious. Why? Because if you are not conscious, you're going to fall down. Maybe you say you survive with breaking leg, but maybe you're going to hit his head. Because if he fell down, how you can say exactly he's going to break his leg? He's going to get the pain like that. But in the condition of your pain, if you give the advice, that's mean in case if he fell down, he's going to break his leg, because that is the experience you go through. So like that, dear devotees, my friends, when you look very deeply, even when we look at our husband, wife, children, friends and family members, and sometimes we have no idea that we never meet the real relationships or the real experience, because we already condition our mind and we trying to experience that conditions. But when you come to the vipassana level of experience, you become completely pure human being rather than depending from name or form. That is the highest experience. That is the most beautiful experience that you can gain in this human life. That is why when the people, it's like this. Then why the Buddha came to this world, and eons, that went through such experiencing and great research, and after that why the Buddha came with the great compassion to tell this. And from that to this more than 2,500 years, many enlightened masters, your ancestors, sacrificing their life. Why they protect this dharma? Why all around the world, these monks, the lay people, devotees, and sacrifice their everything and try to protect this dharma? Because we mostly don't experience our reality. We are kind of like a third party human being, second class human being, not the first level of the main experience we don't get. Second class human beings mean we follow someone else dogmas or the ideas or the believings or the preachings or the dharma, and thinking we experience. No, you have the complete authority to experience something completely new. You no need to read books to experience your life. But the conventional world not allow you to do like that way. Why? Because it is a huge business. They say you have to read the books to have a good life. Then you condition. If you don't read the books and if you experience your life yourself, you have the doubt. Is this real or not? Oh, I have to read books. And then you read books. If you read books, everybody say, oh, my child is very good, my husband good, my wife good. Why? Because reading. And you putting everything to your head, and then your head get covered, your mind, brain get covered with the different ideas. And then you come out of that ideas and start to look at the world, you get depressed. That's what happened. Look how many books we read more than any other time. How many that the waste we have the education to school ourselves. But look at the world, who becoming happy every day. And last few days I was doing reading some articles. The suicide rate more than any other time in the human history. The suicide rate. Look, that is where we are. How it is possible? And the yoga classes more than any other time. People practice yoga, meditation more than any other time. And then the all kind of the methods, medias to get the information. How possible more than any other time people suicide? You have to take it very seriously. Because underneath this all, there is something wrong. What is that wrong thing? Is we are kind of like, you heard where sometimes this billion dollars jackpot hit, sometimes they say it's still unclaimed. So that means maybe that ticket with somebody else's pocket, that person don't know it's a $1 billion, jackpot hit. And sometimes it is somewhere on your wallet or on the table, or maybe on somewhere inside the book, or maybe it is in a trash can. So our life also the same. We became human beings. We have this everything with this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And we won the ticket. That ticket means you hit the jackpot, billion dollars jackpot. That jackpot is your consciousness, but it is in a trash can. That is the tragedy. That is why everywhere people suicide. And even they see, the recently you heard in this Bollywood, they bullying each other. All these well-known, well-famous actors, actresses, they bullying each other, and recently one of the actors suicide. How it is possible? Look, because your children, our next generation, they follow this all the characters, all the people around us. And Anthony Bourdain, the people was so crazy to watch his film, and people follow them. But finally, whoever you follow, if that person, whoever your child follow, actor or actress, that person suicide, where are your child going to end? So that's why recently I was reading all the articles regarding this suicide rate and why it is happening like this, because underneath there is something wrong. That what is that wrong? We not allow our consciousness to to awake. So that is why the Buddha addressed this. Even ancient time to now, people try to build up cult groups, sangha. So like that, people like to develop their devotees, and they are trying to build up their followers. Nobody care about your own salvation. But the Buddha is the one who came forward and wish 100% that to find your own salvation to yourself. But for that, you have to, rather than depending, you have to work for that. And even during the Buddha's time, there were monks, and there was a monk called Vakkali. That monk used to come and always look at the Buddha. And then the Buddha said, Vakkali, what you doing here? You're not going to get anything just looking at me. Go and start to practice yourself and find the salvation, find the liberation. That is the truth. So then yourself, remember, don't condition your mind. Don't condition your children's mind. Whatever you had the experience, don't try to inject that experience to your children. Always remember, teach them to be conscious. When you able to give that gift to them, wherever they are, whatever the condition, whatever the lifestyle they're going to be okay. Look at ourselves. Look, the 2020 we are. And we had we used to believe we had the great science, technology, mass media, that everything. But look, how entire world need down this 2020 in the middle of 21st century. It is a shame, entire humanity. What is the success we had? Nothing. Look at our leaders. When they come to in front of the people, how they criticize others, how they imitate others, how they say bad words regarding other people. Great, the country leaders. So where are we going? That is what the world we living. And tell all the lies in front of the whole world. The great, the leaders come and tell lies and say bad things about other people. Say always wrong things about other people. When your children look at this and how they going to get into better place, you have to think, because our parents didn't think. Our ancestors didn't think like that. They thought it's going to be okay. No, but the Buddha thought about it. That's why it thought, be conscious. That's it you need. When you become conscious, there is a way you're going to recognize this is wrong. You're going to recognize this is right. That understanding you need if you look for, even in the conventional level, if you look for very basic happiness. Even you are a beggar under the tree. If you become mindful, and you're going to be okay. But even if you become a millionaire, if you are not conscious, remember you are in a great danger. So that's why, and try to remember yourself, don't condition your mind. And other thing is, don't condition your husband mind, don't condition your wife mind, don't condition your children's mind, don't condition your parents' mind, don't condition your devotees or your followers' mind, don't condition your friends or the family members' mind according to your experience. Your experience you had, that's gone. But allow everyone to be conscious, help them to be conscious, lead them to, guide them to be conscious, make them free completely. And when anybody become conscious, it's always they going to end in the right path. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome. inevitable difficulties in your life. And finally, may you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhini gayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vangotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.